All right, hey, what's up, guys? In this video, I want to walk you through Exclusive Audio's Drum Bundle Trio. This is an offer that I have used for so long. Okay, so these drum kits, Organic Drum Kit, Survival Drum Kit, and Urban Heat are all included inside a Drum Bundle Trio. There is over 2,300 sounds. Okay, so this is such an amazing starter kit. In this video, I want to actually cover quite a few common myths and kind of questions that a lot of students ask me in terms of like, should they actually buy third-party sounds, compared to the stock built-in sounds. Again, I want to walk you through this bundle, how to install it, and all that stuff, okay? So first of all, if you do purchase, you will get a folder like this, all right? Let's just open it up. And so let's just highlight this, hold down Alt and Enter. This allows us to see the different properties of the folders. So the reason why I want to open this is you can see that inside of Drum Bundle Trio, there's over 3,500 files, okay? So I told you 2,300 sounds, and these are all just like kind of like one-shot drum samples, hi-hats, snares, stuff like that. But these files, Xavier is the CEO of Exclusive Audio, but he's thrown in a lot of different kind of loops and if you use Machine and stuff like that. I think even Reason, he has some Reason stuff in there as well. But for myself, I just use FL Studio and I'm just focused on the one-shot drum samples. So there's over 2,300 drum, one-shot drum samples. Okay, so how I would approach doing this myself personally is I would create a custom music folder, and I actually have a course on that. It's called a specific music production folder. It walks you through how to set up a proper music folder like that you would use for your own music productions so you can save your files and stay organized. So if you had a custom folder, I would recommend creating a folder that's called like drum kits or sounds, and then I would come to the main folder. I would drag this into my actual drum kits folder in my custom music folder, okay? But just to keep this simple, so if you've purchased these sounds, just drag this folder into the browser and it'll load up, okay? And that's what you're seeing right here. Before we actually start listening to these sounds, I first want to cover what should we be looking for when we buy sounds, okay? Because there's a lot of different products out there. There's things called like construction kits, and I want to just kind of recap on that so you guys can know my style and my approach of making music, okay? Because if you take my courses, if you read my books, I use these sounds a lot, and if you buy these sounds, you will be able to follow me and learn a lot easier because you'll be able to actually have the tools that I'm using, okay? So I just want to hop over and draw on the screen here with you guys and talk about what should you be looking for when you're purchasing sounds, okay? And in my most recent book called Safe Spots, I break this down for you, and I break it down into two categories when we are looking to buy sounds, okay? So that's variety. Okay, so we need variety in our sounds. For example, do you have short-tailed drum hits? Okay, so we call those kicks. Do you have short-tailed kicks, long-tailed kicks? Do you have 808s? Do you have snares, claps, bongos, shakers, tambourines? All these different types of sounds so that you as the producer, if you want to use that sound, you have it available. So you do not need millions of sounds. And a lot of, new producers, kind of get stuck on this. They think they always need, tons of sounds, and you need quite a few sounds, okay? But you don't need millions of sounds. And many times people will actually think that they need to buy more sounds, for inspiration. And you know what I mean? So it's like, you just need high quality sounds, and then you can easily use those sounds to do things like layering and create a totally new sound out of it. I break that all down in that Safe Spots book, okay? So variety is one thing, okay? The next thing, and I'll just change color here. We'll go to like an orange, okay? So this is quality, okay? So we have variety and quality. These are the two main things we are looking for in our sounds when we are buying them. And by quality, what I'm saying here is, there is no unwanted distortion. It's just a nice, clean, high quality sound, okay? So the sounds I'm recommending to you are 24-bit wave files, okay? 16-bit is also awesome. Okay, this has to do with the noise. So when you record with a microphone, a sound, this is just noise. Okay, so 24-bit just just gives you a little bit less noise. But if you think about it, at the end of the day, if someone's listening to your music on Spotify, right? Let's just write Spotify here. Does it really matter? Because your music gets exported at maybe like 128 kilobytes per second. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is when you have good quality sounds, whether it be 24 bit here, or if you have 16 bit, and this is just wave. Okay. Again, not getting too technical into it, but to keep it simple, when you do buy sounds, you want wave because this is high quality. MP3 is not high quality, okay? So it's actually compressing the audio, and so wave is lossless, which means very, very high quality. MP3, no, for your sounds. When you share music, that's MP3, but when you are wanting your one-shot drum samples, wave, high fidelity, okay? And then again, our sounds, we have tons of variety in these exclusive audio drum bundle trio. Again, bongo, shake. When we go through them, you're going to be impressed with just the variety and versatility that you can be as a producer. You can create dance music, hip hop, rap, all that stuff. And me as a producer, if you have followed me at all, I have tons of music on Spotify. Check out Beat Tapes by Gratuitous. And the reason I tell you about my music is because I, as a producer, like to create lots of different styles of genres like dance, hip hop, all that stuff. And, these drums have been such an awesome way to have that versatility. Now, one final thing I want to talk about, I'll change color for this, is construction kits, okay? Now, a construction kit, what this usually contains is loops. Many times what happens is they actually create like a song. They will break down that song into stems, so they're individual loops, and you can have all the different melodies, you can play with them. But for me personally, as a producer, I think that's cheating yourself, okay? You want one, and let me change color for this, okay? I'll go red, okay? So we want one shot drum samples, okay? This is very, very important. Drum samples. So this gives you the ultimate flexibility as a music producer. Okay, I'm talking kick drums, snares, claps, hi-hats, and when it comes to hi-hats, like closed and open hi-hats, and I'll quickly walk through that with you when we actually go over the sounds here. But as you can see, these are the two things we need: variety and quality. And this bundle by Exclusive Audio Drum Bundle Trio is an amazing starter kit. And to quickly answer the question, people often ask, are third-party sounds better than the stock sounds? And it's not that the stock sounds are bad. It's typically that the third-party sounds just sound better, okay? And when you upgrade to the drum bundle trio here, you will see that it's just a better sound. Like, when it comes to the drums, they actually hit a lot harder. When it comes to processing with the mixing and mastering, you don't have to work as hard to achieve a better sound. Like the actual sound designer, they are the experts. They made these sounds, they sound good. Now it just makes it easier for you when you make your beats. It gives you more inspiration as well because these sounds actually just are good. So let's go and actually check them out, okay? Just to show you how organized it is so nice. So for here, kicks, these are just pretty random in this folder here. Same with the snares and the claps. These are just meant to go through quickly as you are selecting them for your track, which I'll break down. Like, we will actually make a little drum loop as we go in this video. So here's some hi-hats. So for example, as you can see in hi-hats, so I mentioned to you closed and open hi-hats, and let's just listen to those. So this is a closed hi-hat. Okay, we use this for an actual filler sound, and you might think that this sound, isn't that powerful, but a hi-hat is actually one of your most powerful sounds in music production. It really adds energy and emotion to like a chorus and stuff like that. So this is a closed hi-hat. Okay, they are very, very quick sounding and typically very, very high in frequency. We come here to the open hat. Okay, And a cool thing about an open hat, and I actually just learned about this when I was writing that Safe Spots book, because what I write in that book is I say, I'm a music producer. I'm not a drummer. So I don't understand, when it comes to cymbals and like this, like I'm talking real cymbals, real snares, all that stuff, right? So I actually watched some YouTube videos, and what I learned is that there is actually a hi-hat cymbal, and it actually has two cymbals so that you can open and close it. And so that's how you can get like that open and closed hi-hat sound. And inside the book, I included a YouTube playlist of the videos that I watched. Okay, moving on to percussion, you can see hand drums. And inside of hand drums, we have conga, bongo, frame. Like, so we'll listen to a couple of those since we were here. Okay, very, very high quality, great for drum loops. Okay, here's some bongos. So much variety when it comes to different genres of music, okay? So as you can see, we have metallic. These are different tambourines. Okay, so tambourines, as you can hear, right? Again, different styles of tambourines. Shakers, so, okay, shakers are so powerful. Wooden. Okay, just again, unique sounds, skin slaps. Cymbals and toms, cymbals are so powerful. Okay, transitions. So I know a lot of people have actually found these really, really beneficial, because something that I teach is called audio painting. And it's all about preparing the listener before you change something up in your song. So for example, if you go from the verse to the chorus, you typically want some type of transition building into the chorus. And if we listen to these, we'll listen to another one here. Maybe one more. Okay, so man, Xavier is such a good sound designer. But again, you use these types of transitions from verse 1 to chorus, or from chorus to your second verse, or something. Like, you always need to somehow communicate with the listener. And if you go and listen to your favorite music now, always listen to how are they going to build up to that chorus or break it down. There's typically always some type of transition, such as a snare roll, toms, something, okay? Again, that is a term called audio painting. I've actually written a book on that as well. So you guys can just look up Audio Painting by Riley Weller or Gratuitous. Okay, so again, as you can see, that's just the organic drum kit. So that's just one drum kit inside of the whole drum bundle trio. Again, we have like Survival, same thing. Urban Heat. So, if you guys are into kind of trap music and stuff, Xavier does have a lot of different 808s. Okay, so these are very, very hard hitting. For myself, I do like 808s, but I would use them in different ways than, maybe trap music, okay? So again, an 808's very, very powerful. So let's just actually go through some of these sounds and build a little drum loop. So first of all, I have a melody here. Sounds pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to add this melody in later. So I'm just going to hit plus on my number pad, go to a new pattern. Okay, so let's make a drum loop together, all right? We are going to go step by step. I'm going to walk you through how I would make a drum loop. Again, we are using the exclusive audio drum bundle trio sounds. If you would like to purchase them, you can do that on this page, okay? So when I go to make a drum loop, I typically like about 2 or 3 kicks. That's just my approach to making music. You guys make music however you want, but I usually find it gives me good variety and variation, okay? That's actually a pretty nice drum. I'm actually going to work with this. And okay, before you guys get into this drum loop with me, please turn up your speakers, put on some headphones, enjoy this, okay? These sounds are actually so powerful. And sometimes when you are making music, you do need to turn up your volume and enjoy making music. Okay, so let's just listen to this kick drum here. Let's just go through a couple more kicks. So typically when I am picking out kick drums, I'm thinking in terms of just variation between the drums. So if I want a drum to have more low end, maybe one drum to kind of hit you in the chest, and I'll just show you an example of that. So as you can see, Xavier has given us short kicks. So again, if your speakers are turned up, this is going to hit hard. Okay, I'm going to drag this in. I'm going to increase the volume and just listen to that punch. So this kick drum is hitting you in the chest, whereas something like this is down lower. So this kick right here would be better for rhythm. And then this one is just kind of like, boom, like Okay. So by having the flexibility of these different styles of kick drums and stuff, so that's what I'm trying to get across to you with variety. Okay. So this kick drum, okay, these are still a little bit different. I was going to say that these two are maybe a little too similar, but we will just kind of play around with that. So the next thing I do is we are going to get either a clap or a snare, or you can even use both, which maybe we will do, and we will layer them. Okay, so this is another technique I talk about in my Safe Spots book. It's called the Organic Tools, and that's layering. Okay, let's just hop into survival for some snares. Okay, this is actually a cool snare. But if you listen, it sounds pretty thin. Like it has a good crack or kind of like a good hit to it, but the body, it doesn't have like a solid low body. So I'm going to get another snare to help fill in that low end. And I just click through until I hear something that a little bit more in the low end. I'm actually using my arrows on my keys. Maybe something like this, a little bit more low end. And let's get a here too. And here's a cool little trick I'm using for workflow. So if you click on the sound and you hit left on your keyboard, as you can see, it brings me up to the top of the folder. I can hit left again. It closes that folder. So now I can press down to go to the claps and then press right arrow. And now you can listen to claps quickly, okay? So again, it's just all about workflow. That might be cool. And that too. So when I heard that clap there, I'm just, it's hard to explain. I'm just finding sounds I like, but this sound right here, I heard something I didn't like. So for example, if you have this enabled right here, I press Q to test my sounds. Okay. So as we're actually flowing, making a drum loop, I'm always testing my sounds with Q. And if you have your headphones on or for your speakers, you can hear the tail of this reverb. And to me, that tail just feels too long. So I'm going to address that right now. And I do that with the out knob. Okay. So I'm just going to increase it a lot. So before and then after. Okay. So I'm just cleaning it up because I want it as a clap. I don't want that muddying up my mix because that tail was pretty long. Okay. Maybe a little bit more. So something like that. Okay. So now the easiest way to get started making a beat is you play your kick drum on the 1, okay? And then we just take a snare, you play that on the 2 and the 4. Now you can start clicking in your kick, over top of this or whatever. But this is just a nice, easy way to get started. Your kick is on the 1, your clap or snare is on the 2 and 4. So we'll just listen to that. Okay, so super basic. So I do want to layer up these snares, and that snare sounded pretty good by itself actually, but here's a little workflow shortcut. So press Control C, Control V, okay? So there's no need to click that in every single time, right? Just make it easy. And I would even use my down arrow as well, Control V, stuff like that. Okay, so let's just keep listening. Okay, so again, same thing. Maybe we'll put that in here. Okay, we're just going to turn down the volume of those just a little bit because when we're layering, it's just going to get louder and louder than the drum and the other instruments and everything, right? Layering is just meant to give fullness and just a different sound. But again, when we stack it like this, it can be loud. So I'm just going to turn them down a bit. Okay, add the clap in here. Okay, so again, these claps are too loud, right? And just to spice it up, I'm just going to try this. Not to say I like this at all, but I'm just going to maybe remove this one and then remove this one. So on the 2, I'm playing clap 9, and then on the 4, I'm playing clap 11. And let's just turn those down actually quite a bit. It might help them blend better. Okay, this one might be too quiet, and we'll turn that down. Let's just remove these claps. So I'm just going to right click here and press Alt and Delete and then Enter. Okay, so let's just keep it simple. So we have our drum here and we're just gonna start clicking in our kick over top of it. So, okay, so let's just layer. what we're always doing when we are layering drums is we are always testing reverse polarity. So you always want to flip one of them just to test because it can cancel out. I don't want to get too much into it, but let's just listen if we can hear a difference. Okay, I can hear a little difference. It doesn't sound like it's canceling out too much, but sometimes if you layer drums, they can cancel, and your drum would actually be weaker than if you didn't layer it at all. So you have to be careful when you are layering drums, okay? Okay, so, okay, but do you hear how that one drum was just a lot different? You know, it actually pumped. It hit you harder. Very cool so far, right? So if we take this kick, so this drum, it sounds a bit loose. I think I'm gonna grab another kick. And at the same time, you guys can listen. That might be a cool drum. It just sounds a bit thicker and a bit more solid. The other one sounded a little bit, too loose or too wide or something to it. Okay, so again, I'm not sure if this is gonna flow. Turn it down just a little bit, all right? You know, so this kick is hitting so hard, right? And there's no processing going on at all with these sounds, okay? I've done a little bit of processing on the instrument. Okay, so let's just play with the instrument now. So I press 1 on my number pad, we add this in here, hit plus on my number pad, add in this drum loop, okay? So again, this what we've been doing. So this is the exclusive audio drum bundle trio. If you guys would like these sounds, you guys can purchase them on this page, okay? Let's just listen. Does it sound good with our melodies? I don't know. I just made this drum loop with you guys, so let's just check it out. Okay, so it doesn't flow too good. Let's just keep going though, and let's just add some hi-hats in here. So again, we have closed and open hi-hats. So gonna click some closed ones in. Many times I like to have a couple of these. I'm gonna go maybe to the organic drum kit, and this might have more kind of real ones. Maybe something like that. Okay, we listen to this. They have a little bit of a different tone. Nothing too crazy though. Okay, so we have 3 here. And what I'm going to do is let's just put this on every 2 steps. We'll just listen. Turn it down in volume a little bit. So here's a cool trick. I'm going to press Control C, hit Escape, Control V. So I'm not going to layer this. I'm actually going to go right click to the piano roll, press Control and A, hold down Shift, right arrow twice. And so now you can see that it's going to be like almost like a little shaker, okay? Hit Escape. And as you can see, that little shortcut I just did made it like that. And again, turning down volumes. It sounds okay. Okay, so let's increase some swing. Okay, let's play it with our melody. Okay, we got to spice this up a little bit. So that's where we have our third hi-hat. Play that on the off. So again, if we talk about safe spots, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, the on beat, A in between, off beat, B in between. Okay, so let's just maybe remove stuff like this and maybe just click around a little bit. Maybe one more. Maybe something like that. Turn down the volume. Turn on the volume a little bit more. And we can maybe spice this up. Maybe we'll do something like this. Actually, I like it just like this. We will delete that one. Okay, so I'm just going to save this, and I'm going to open up a project that I made earlier with this same melody. Okay, I just wanted to walk you through it together. And also, as I was opening up this project, if I go to File, I just want to share with you, so inside the Safe Spots book, I also include 4 example drum loops for you guys to check out, okay? And if you have the exclusive audio drum bundle trio sounds, you will be able to fully take advantage and study these, okay? I just want to talk about that since, I was just working on it, and there they are, okay? Okay, so this is my own. I made this on my own. I just called it fun. I was just playing around with it. I was testing FL Studio 20.8. It just recently updated. And so let's just look at the drum loop I made on my own time, okay? So it sounds like this. And one thing I wanted to share with you in this drum loop is this sound right here. So again, if I press Q, again, this is enabled, okay? And so it sounds like this, but if we solo it out, you can see that I've pitched it up a lot, but it usually sounded like this. So if I right click and go to the piano roll, you can see that I've actually brought it up a lot. So if I press Q, you can see that is C5, okay? I brought it all the way up to here. Okay, so let's just listen to that. And now that you can hear it, listen for it in the drum loop, all right? So remove it. So you hear how it's not as full. Add it back in. Okay, so it's really, really subtle. So another thing I want to mention is the tempo here is different. So this is the same loop, if you listen. Okay, so it's the same loop we just listened to. I think I had it at 96 beats per minute when we made the drum loop together, and right now we're on 91. So let me just let you hear a real world example of these sounds. There's no mixing, no mastering, no processing going on these sounds. As you can see, we just have our basic drum loop. But on the actual individual instruments, I did some kind of processing as I was just kind of messing around with this. So let's listen to it. Okay, and I just want to play kind of at the chorus here just quickly for you. So let's just make this bigger, holding down Control, right click, zooming in. And again, I just want to let you guys remember, okay? These are the exclusive audio drum bundle trio sounds. There's been no processing on them. You can hear how hard they hit. That snare smacks so hard in this track, right? Okay, so I just want to play this last instrument for you when it comes in at like the chorus. I was just kind of playing around with this before I let you guys go, okay? So what I did here was I took this pattern, I chopped it up a little bit, so it kind of gives, again, this is that audio painting. It's the transition going into, this case, the chorus. And we'll just listen, okay? So let's go back just a little bit. The drums. Right? Add in just the melody. Right? So we listen to that one more time from right here. All right, so that is exclusive audio drum bundle trio sounds. Okay, got the drums going. No processing at all. So again, imagine you start processing it, adding compression on, some distortion, whatever you want to do for processing. All I'm trying to say is that these exclusive audio drum bundle trio sounds are such an awesome foundation, okay? There's so much selection, and this is not to say that these are the only sounds I use, but it is such an awesome starter kit, okay? So if you guys want to purchase, you guys can purchase on this page, and I hope you guys enjoy, okay?